Granted, what are we going to reach you first? No, sir. Well. Let me show my face and let me clear my throat. Graduates, good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are my wonderful graduates today? Huh? How are you doing? How are you all doing on this fine Thursday night? Hey! No, sir! But me greet the people in the class, all the good students then that roll out nice and quick, including you guys who I know are CMR's fans that are sat there just waiting on the edge of your seats for a reply. Well, I'm not gonna sit down then and like up the live doing okay. No, so I'm not gonna chat until we lick at least 150 and them things, right? So like up the live. And let us come go down in a heat, cause you know say we are gonna go in a heat. Big up yourself, Akuna Matata. I see you. It is what it is. Spice Chick 473. Kim, what's up, my sis? What's going on? How are we doing? Hey, Shauna Geddes, how are you doing? Professor Gorgeous Lady, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. I see you. Dion, big up yourself. Barbara Finley, I see you. Noriax, good evening. Let's see who else is here. Christine Rayford, big up yourself. Kitchen stuff for you, good afternoon. Dimples, Wagwan. Steph B, hello. Kiki Ram, how are you doing? Latoya Folks, present. I like that. Make sure you mark yourself on the register. Click that like button, right? Let's see who else is here. The Taylor's family, good day. Blessings to you as well. Thank you so much for the compliment. Latoya, big up yourself. Loving the Purple Hearts. I am very well, Rosemary. Big up yourself. Jojo, hiya. What's up, Faith Bell? How you doing, sis? Yes. Kim says, I'm here. This man was dashing words with no names, but we are graduates for a reason, not a season. Not a season. Event shop. Big up yourself. Kitchen stuff for you. Big up yourself. Nikki Nix. Sonia, good evening. Professor Gorgeous Lady. How are you doing? Rasta Lifestyle Diary. Big up yourself. Thank you for the hearts. Debbie Reed. Bless up. Sister Yvette. Good evening. Nurse Ann 80. Big up yourself. Let's see who else is in the building. The Taylor family, my admin, present and accounted for. Welcome one, welcome all to HTK's Live. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to show appreciation to the channel. That's the least that you can do. Remember, we may not have our channel for very long, and we are not going to eat, okay? So you got to make sure that we eat. So do click that subscribe button and double check that bell because you know, say over here, so we're very hungry. And without CMR as a topic, we cannot grow over here, guys. So it's so important that you help us to grow because over here, we talk about CMR a lot. I ain't gonna lie, that's definitely true. And without him, I do the things them when I have nothing to talk about. So make sure that I like up the live, yes, because we need to eat. We are starving over here, okay? Yeah. Big up yourself, Alexia. Brenda, I see you. Nursan, you've been waiting. Well, you know how it is. We hang on the bangle in our real life first before social media. Social media is always second. Because unlike some of us, we have a job outside of social media. And we don't have to say yes sir, no sir to anybody outside of social media. Unlike some of you who need social media to eat. You understand? So let's not get it twisted. First of all, big up yourself, J Empress. I see you. I'm staying. What's going on? Paradise. You're nice and early. I like that. Joan, big up yourself. Rasta Lifestyle Diary says, like up the live. We've got It's Just in Time. And And Patricia Blint, big up yourself. Sonia, you were waiting. Your day cook. Oh, hold on a minute, guys. I've got an international call. Bear with me 1 second because this is important. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, I had me an international call. Yes, from Florida. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's leave it at that for now. For now, we're gonna leave it at that. Okay. Hey, Mr. CMR, as you all know, came out guns blazing. Yes. After sexy, sexy, and behave yourself. Right? Not chat out no business. Just relax. Just relax. Because CMR thinks he's dealing with some fools out here. You're going to learn. You're going to learn. You're going to learn, Mr. Carter. Yes, you are. Sim says CMR call you muna mad. Could that deal, no? Let's park it right there for now. You will find out in good time. Okay? Yes? Because him no really know. Just like how him a say we don't know who we are deal with. See, me I tell you straight, say you don't know who you are deal with. And you go find out. You understand? You know what they say. F around and find out, right? F around and find out, brother. That way I tell you. So CMR came out all guns blazing. And he was all heated and bothered because the court record was brought to the public. Now, I listened to CMR speak, and people, the amount of bull this man was emitting from his mouth was ridiculous. And you see, this is what he relies on. He relies on your ability to not investigate, not ask questions, not read for yourselves. That's what he hopes for more than anything else. He wants you guys to take everything that he's presenting to you at face value without question, like a bunch of sponges. But you see, over here, we question everything. We analyze everything. And we never take things on face value. This is not a reaction channel. This is an investigative journalism channel. And when you present information to us, we are within our rights to validate that information and to make sure that you are not telling pork pies to the public. For those of you who are not British, pork pies are lies. And let me tell you this, CMR, you are the most manipulative, narcissistic, dishonest, and now discredited social media personality I have ever come across. And I have seen a few liars on here. But your lies are absolutely, they're like crazy lies, which shows me that mentally you're not okay. Absolutely cuckoo upstairs. I don't know if I the army shake you up. You had a bad experience. Something went wrong over there. But upstairs, the lights are on, but nobody's home. You understand? So let's start to break down your lies. On my part, on my last video where I went through your ridiculous request to silence the court system and to stop information from going out on a lewd and lascivious molestation charge, I never once said the court handed me anything or that I was some special candidate for information. I made it clear from the start of that video that the information came from one of my commenters on a video, that the documents were live. So you got yourself all worked up and in a bother over a clickbait thumbnail, which is your strategy. How many times have you clickbaited us out here, mates? How many times have you clickbaited the situation to get them views? Who's hungry? You see anybody out here having to pay $25 a month for a flipping car park ticket, parking ticket, or traffic ticket, traffic offense ticket? Do you see any of us over here having to pay $25 a month to pay off a $300 traffic offense ticket? You the hungry one, mates. You are the hungry one. You are the broke one. Where out as a style like say you don't have financial difficulties, Mr. Public Defender. Could not even afford a private lawyer. And you want to come out here and style upon people and go like say you have it together. You're full of shit like a crab. And I can't say it in any other way other than that. Right on my community page. $25 a month because you can't afford to pay off $300? Seriously? Why are you filing for hardship if you got your financial situations all sorted out? Make that make sense. Everybody can have financial difficulties, but not everybody come out here and lie about it and pretend as though they've got their stuff together when in fact they're barely catching their ass. You're coming for channels because you want the money. You are desperate for it. And let me tell you this. You can take my channel. I'll start another one. And no matter what name I come under, my followers are going to come. Because unlike you guys, I don't live on YouTube. Y'all don't see? Sometimes I take breaks, extended ones at that. Because this is not where my main bread and butter come. Yeah, it might have pay for your shoes. It might have pay for your shoes. It might have pay for your gold meal. That's the extent of it, mate. It's YouTube. I'm not here striking gold, so I don't know what you're talking about. But let's talk about your lies. Because you are, in fact, one of the biggest. We're going to start with your interview with the fix. Because you have done exactly what we wanted you to do. Your buttons were pushed just so you could come out and speak the truth. What we wanted you to do is to come out and dash out the files and say everything with the by your stomach. That's exactly what we wanted to do. So we played you like the puppet masters that we are. Because we know that you are a narcissist and because we know that your ego rules you and you take pleasure in deceit, the one thing that will always unnerve you, CMR, is the truth. And when your truth is facing you, like the monster that it is, you are not able to handle it. So you had to run out. You know why? To do damage control. You realize that more and more people were actually listening and paying attention and seeing through your charade. So you had to come out to do damage control against your public relations advice. Yes? Remember, say you say you have PR, and PR tell you say you're not attack. Eh? Now you've dropped the PR talk, and you're the one that's keeping silent. And you're keeping silent because you're protecting your daughter, right? But yet, you have your daughter plastered on the internet immediately after this situation. And then you wanted to prove a point. So you used your daughter in thumbnails and put her in the front seat of your car to try to prove a point that who is lying. I could have me, because I'm pretty certain I quoted the police. So who's out here causing their daughter to get abused by the internet if anything goes so? Because you assess so. Me not say that. Who is out here using her image to capitalize on for money and to prove a point and to give pot shots to bloggers? Mr. Man, come with your defamation. Because sue for sue. Remember me tell you. You think you can sue for defamation? Do you know what the UK laws are on defamation? You have to prove serious harm. You know what serious harm is? For one thing, you can't be coming back and clapping back with your daughter on a thumbnail. You think you'll win? Do you know how many lawyers I'm connected to? You are such a fool. You think that you can clap back at bloggers by you said it in that video which I've downloaded, so don't bother to delete it. I have it. I have it. You think you can clap back at bloggers using your daughter, who you claim that you were protecting from internet harm, and you're putting her on the internet and using her as clickbait, and then claiming that you are protecting her well-being? You're a jackass. Because you have done exactly what it is that you're claiming that other people are doing. You cannot sue for shit. The only way you could have sued is if you didn't play the game. You played it willingly because you're a narcissist. You really seem to think that you're dealing with some fools. And then you had the audacity to actually threaten physical harm, because that's what you're doing. Threatening to harm bloggers and their family members. Claiming that you know their family. You don't know my family. Any family that you want, take from me. Maybe no business, because one of them were important done dead already. Let me tell you something. And you can't come close to my kids. Trust and believe that. You think the family members that I have back in Jamaica or even in the United States, you can come near them. You think, say, you alone packing? Bumble, go bad up your mother. Yeah? That may I tell you straight. Because you are just trying to silence people. That may I tell you. And why did you turn off your comments? We've already screenshotted them. Why'd you turn them off? Hmm? Too many derogatory things being said that could flag your channel. What is it that was making you turn it off? Too many people were coming at you and telling you that you're full of crap. So you had to turn off the comments. Even claiming that one of the bloggers and their son is a fish. So it's okay to protect your kids, but you want to put other people's kids out there as homosexual. That's what you're about. Bring a lawsuit, mate. Bring a lawsuit. For one thing, it's going to cost you that house. You understand? Be ready for it. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Let's deal with your lies. You went on The Fix and said that you were going through separation from your family, your children, for a whole 2 months. You went on The Fix and you deceived the diaspora with your lies, telling them that you were separated from your family for 2 months. It was said repeatedly throughout that entire interview. For 2 months, you and Chrissy were not together. For 2 months, you had to live in a separate place. Well, you were together in terms of the marriage, but you weren't in the same space for 2 months. You said for 2 months, you also didn't have contact with your daughter until the case was dismissed. And then you came out in your anger on your live last night and you basically confessed to lying to your stupid, dotish audience. Because you can't call my audience stupid because we see straight through you. And your audience fool. All of them are some idiots. The whole of them born back a bush. Some of them can't have a spell and they keep typing. And told your audience that the case was dismissed 4 to 5 days after and that you've been in the house. You've been in the house. You and your manipulative wife, because now you have thrown Chrissy under the bus, went on to do all these tear-jerking, oh, it's gonna be okay and I'm going through so much, making the bed as though you never slept in it, acting as though I've got to become independent and I've got to be strong and I've got to do this, people. When you're saying that you were in that house all this time, remember, you say all of these things, And remember that we verify over here and validate. Be very careful. And then, let's go on to the other lies. You said that the detective arrested from her viewpoint that this was probable cause and that she didn't do her job properly. That they released you and gave you a piece of paper that you are vindicated. You said that the charges were dropped 2 months later. That's what you said on The Fix. Exact words. Octavia Kelly say, "I live in the what in the Folk County, Florida. Come and sue me. She'll put her full legal name, my love. So she ready for the sues. You understand? She want the suing to happen, right? She wants the suing to happen. Hey, you came out and you told the fix that it was 2 months and then the charges were dropped. You are a manipulator, you're a liar, and you will always be a manipulator and a liar. And because you are a narcissist, you have to come out and show yourself and beat your chest. Because one of your biggest failings is, in fact, not protecting your family as you should have. Because if it is that you wrote to that judge on the 6th of November, when the internet was hardly going hard at you, claiming that you were going to protect your children. Sir, how is it that several months later, you are doing clickbaits with the said daughter's image on the thumbnail, with her sat in the front seat, with her on the thumbnail with arrow upon her? If you are protecting her well-being and claiming that the internet is dragging and targeting her, how are you going to prove that, sir? If it is that you're claiming that the court did not update in real time, what's that got to do with us? We can't talk about 4 or 5 days after. We can only speculate based on what is out here. You understand? And what the police have said. Which was that you were not supposed to go near the residence or the child. That you had to have a different house. So if it is that 4 or 5 days afterwards, you had your case dismissed, how is it that it took a whole 30 days for it to update on the court system? I'll tell you how, if that is ever the truth, because I still don't trust you. The only way this could be the case would be that there wasn't necessarily a final judgment and that there was a wait of 30 days to seek a writ of mandate or prohibition overturning the decision. In total, there are 60 days allowed to file an appeal. Is it that the clerk was waiting on one or both of these periods to run out before making it clear to the public that your case was dismissed? If you really think about it, it coincides with the length of time that Child Protective Services will take when it comes to investigating a case that has to do with a minor. So either way you take it, how is it that you had to be showing yourself living alone? What was the deception for? If you were so innocent and everything was dropped and you were so concerned about what the internet was doing to your child, why didn't you step forward as the unified family that you're claiming to be and say, listen, it was all a mistake. It was a mistake and it has been sorted and our family's back together and I'm here with the children I love and the wife that I love. It would have been a 9-day talk. Why didn't you step forward as the so-called protective father to clear your child's name or to clear your name? If you were as innocent as you claim that you are, and that you are vindicated, because you never say innocent, you say vindicated of the charges, and that you were back in your house, why did you and your wife falsely pretend to your audience so that you could get super chat and all these things out of sympathy and pity? Why did you pretend as though you were separated? Why? Because that's exactly what you did. You did a whole act of deception against your audience. Your supporters were taken for the jackasses that many of them are in a real life. Hmm. Who wanted to capitalize on the money around this situation, really? Look at us here. We're small fries. Little bit of people that want to feel alive in comparison to you guys. So when you use your clickbait, I'm finally going to talk about it. Time to tell all those little stupid things that you guys use to hook people in thinking, yes, 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 them go chat them business. Only to come across and find out that it's some bull. And it's got nothing to do with the case at all, but you guys rode on that. If it is that you were so concerned about your daughter's well-being and trolls as you claim it, why did you use that approach when it comes to the matter? Why did you go on the fix and lie? You see that interview? That fix interview? That fix interview fixed your business. Had you not come out on that interview and told all of those lies, it would never have gotten to this point. Everything that is happening to you, CMR, is karma. Big up yourself, Yvette Wallen. I see you. Okay, let's see this comment. He could very well be innocent, but everything that he's been doing makes it seem like he's guilty. Exactly. And the thing is, people, if this man was in fact innocent, does his behavior show innocence? Why is it that there is all of this cloak and dagger behavior? Why is everybody hiding? If you didn't vlog, they would not be able to pay their bills. We have kept them relevant. You understand? Why are you guys hiding and going around in a circle and pretending as though we have to be separate and oh, it's so hard and this and that? Because is a bunch of liars. You and your wife are a bunch of liars. You use this whole thing about God, God this, God that, God this, and oh Lord, and this is so hard, but it's only a matter of time. And people, this is so difficult for us, and you almost they're not still there in the house together after 4 or 5 days. That's what you came out and told people, and yet you went on the fix and said that you were separated for 2 months from your family. You gave the impression that it was 2 months of not being with your children, being with your wife the way it's supposed to be. And yet, even afterwards, after you went on the fix, you were still in separate premises, not visible in the camera, excepting on the glimpses that we've managed to capture here and there. Make that make sense. Why did you do that? If all was well and all was straight, CMR, your liar self. What was the purpose of that? You're claiming you wanted to protect the well-being of the child. There was no other way you could have done it? Bunch of inexperienced parents. You don't have any advisor anywhere about how to tackle things like this. You could not seek expert advice on how to handle public relations when it comes to your child to ensure that she was kept safe on the internet. No, Park, I need to say something about this. Because I don't know if this is true, if he's just doing this for sympathy, because I really don't believe anything that comes out of a liar's mouth. But it could be true. Because I know some people, yes, then don't have boundaries. Whoever it is that messaged those children, you are disgusting. Because men understand that. You should not be messaging minors and asking them anything and trying to get them involved in a big people entanglement. So whoever did that, you're out of line if it did happen. But why didn't you name and shame them? That me want to know. Because trust and believe, if somebody was reaching out to my kids and trying to get them involved in everything, but then make sure so the internet come down on them head. That account would have to be deleted. You understand? That they even messaged OC. How the hell can they message OC, which is a toddler? But let me ask you this. Why are you not safeguarding your children from the internet? How are they having access to Instagram messages and stuff like that? Without your protection. You're not duplicating those accounts and getting the same messages on your phone. That's pretty serious. Maybe not so much in the case of Jay, as she's older, but certainly in the case of the others. They shouldn't have that level of privacy. But anyway, 2 months you tell the fix. Now you tell with 4 to 5 days, liar man. Right? You then said to the fix that you were home. You and your family were home when the police came to arrest you. But it was clearly said in the police report that the children were placed in care of a family friend. Make that part make sense. The children were removed from the property for their safety. Made to stay with a family friend. You're trying to tell me they brought them back the same day you were arrested? Before you got out of the house? I highly doubt that. But that's what you're saying out of your mouth. And that even though you and your wife were not together for that 2 months, you did what you had to do around the care of the children. When you were asked, so did you live together? Your response, well, and a laugh. When you were asked, was it a case that someone made a case and withdrew the statement? You said no. But you can't go into too much detail because it involves your daughter. So nobody withdrew any statement. You're claiming during their investigation I had no contact. You gave the fix the time period of 2 months of investigation. Why are you such a liar, CMR? You came out and you said, I was never in therapy. I can't post my daughter. But yet I did. The case was dismissed days, 4 to 5, after I got released. But it takes time to update on the system. No, the court probably gave it time, just in case there was going to be some kind of appeal. If the court drops it, there must be a reason. Yeah, it said it on the document. Insufficient evidence. It did say it. What do you mean? I was never in therapy. Let's address that part. First, you said I was never in therapy. But then, later on, you said, well, at least not for what they say I was in therapy for. So were you in therapy or weren't you in therapy? And the therapy that you were in is a therapy that's given to people who have been accused of the crime you've been accused of. So which is it? I was never in therapy. I was in therapy, but not for the one that they said. You were in therapy. You just can't be straight. You know, see it. If it is that you were at first said to go on this therapy, and then when them assess you, them say, well, you need that therapy, you need this therapy. The police may not even know, but you were in therapy. Stop telling lie. I was in therapy, but at least not for that one. I wasn't in therapy, but at least not for that one. Which is it? I can't post my daughter. I never said you can't post your daughter. People said you shouldn't. That it was unethical for you to post your daughter. I never once said you can't post your daughter. So I don't know where the hell that come from. But I never once said you can't post your daughter. I said you should not post your daughter. And I said if you post your daughter, then I go report you. And that's exactly what happened. So I know for a fact every time you post your daughter, them report you. And like I said on my previous live, I knew nothing would come of it because those postings never show any child in any harm. Graduates are here as witness. Videos are there to watch. I said, post your daughter and see what go happen. Does that say you can't post your daughter? You are so semi-literate. Language does this over your head. And kill you dead, you swear you know what you know. I'm going to make your pocket bleed, yo. How you hope your lawyer then, my love? Honestly. 584 likes, that's still good. Come on, guys, like up the live. Over 1K people here. Right, so I can't post my daughter, so I posted my daughter. You know what you just did? You shot yourself in the foot. Mate, you wrote to a whole judge saying, please close the details of this case. Take it off of the public eye so that the well-being, the mental health of my daughter can be protected so that she's not targeted by the internet. And then you proceed to post your daughter on Instagram and all about putting up her pictures to prove a point to bloggers. So who is doing the daughter harm, you jackass? Who is doing the daughter harm? Who is the one that is using the daughters to weaponize against bloggers? Sir, you confess by your damn self because he's a flipping idiot. You're not even a half-wit, you know? Quarter. Chrissy tell you say you know fi talk. And every time you open your mouth, you dig a hole. You dig a hole and put the devil in. And then you come out here with badmanism. We soon get to that. We soon get to the badmanism. Wait a minute. Yeah. So then now you went on your little high horse and you start talking about the fact that it's about, making lies for views. Who lied? That was a public document. All I did was read it. Who lied? Public documents. Did the court lie? Because I'm pretty certain that the court just pushed out exactly what it is that you wrote. Huh? And now we have the public arrest record that is now less redacted than it was before. That's on my Facebook, guys. Yeah? And it says even more details about who was in the vicinity of the girl when she made her allegations. And that the child that was in the bed was the baby. That was the one that was sleeping beside her. Come clear up all of this. You are busy talking all kinds of tripe about all kinds of other stuff and chucking badness on the internet. Chucking badness on the internet to talk about, two them don't know who them a deal with. You know who me? You know who me? You know who me? If you didn't know who me, all who know who me is, Who the hell is you? Little trifling migrant in Florida. Who is you? Who you, brother? What you trying to say you know bad people? Every Jamaican know bad people. What you trying to say exactly? Because I took that as a threat. And I don't know about you other bloggers, but that is a threat and that is worth reporting. Right there, so. Because you're out here not only threatening bloggers, but you're also threatening bloggers' family members. You know most of your family. My family. Go near them now. Stop. What? Whoa, this one. Okay. If me no shit them can yam. Notice that when they post anything else, yes, it's true. Cause right now you are the topic, and not that the people them want to hear about. Yes, there have been times when I've dealt with other topics, and them they did a buzz, and then now you as a topic a buzz. You know why? You are very important, a very important example of what not to be, an important example of deception, an important example of lies, important example of scamming in our real life. So everybody want to know. Yes, currently you are the topic. And if that makes you feel proud, then have it. If that makes you feel important, because you know you need a lot to boost your ego, any little thing for make your ego feel less small than it is, have it. Okay? Some of us over here are not over here fighting for egos. We don't care about egos on this channel because some of us actually have a job in a real life. This is a hobby. It may be a serious cause, but the platform is a hobby. It ain't that serious for all of us. Did you see me coming out here struggling with how to set up my platform? Begging you for help? I don't recall I ever did. And I'm lucky. Yeah, CMR hot topic. You better believe it. But who wants to be known for what you're known for? Ask yourself that question. Maybe I should stop post for a month. You should have done that from November. You should have done that from November. You should have stopped posting from November. If you had stopped posting from November, none of this would have gone. We would have moved on to the next thing. But you kept pushing up in the face of the public like nothing happened. You were provoking a response because you pretending as though that whole thing around a minor child did not happen. And you expected the Jamaican public, the diaspora, to be silent on it. Because in your household, your family, the concept of feeling up a picnic and being quiet is normal. It's not normal for most of us. You understand? You are pushing me because you think I can't do the right thing now. We can all do the right thing. So now you're going the legal route. We're all arming up to go the legal route too, CMR. Put your money where your mouth is. You understand? Because it's not going to be a case of you're the only person in court having all the say. It don't work like that. There will be a countersue. It will be a hell of a fight. And you're not going to win. Okay. Then he had the audacity to say that his video with the Halloween came down and he doesn't know how it came down. In fact, you people are so evil. You are the predators. We're predators because somehow some video came down. I don't even know how the hell that happened, but we're the predators because of that. So you, with all of your YouTube experience, sir, and all your knowledge about hacking and all of that, don't know that you can reach out to YouTube to find out the reason behind the disappearance of a video? You don't know the procedures in terms of communicating with YouTube? Who are you trying to fool again? That is a lie. You took it down because there was incriminating evidence in it. That's why you took it down. It was being used as an example. And it's so interesting how you came out ranting and raving about the court documents and how it made you look. But somehow you had absolutely nothing to say about the questions we asked you in the pool video. Hmm. Then he went on this whole nonsense of bigging up SoFlo. Dude, SoFlo don't like you. Stop it. You just look sad and pathetic. So you have all of this for other bloggers, particularly the ones who live on the subject, right? Those are the ones that you really want to go for because we're not dropping it. But you're not going to go for SoFlo because he actually has a channel. And therefore, no matter what he talks about, he gets his views. So therefore, he's not worth going after. SoFlo also said you're guilty. If you're talking about defamation, he also said you're guilty. But you can't go for SoFlo, can you? Mm-mm. And think about it. SoFlo's right in your gaff, right there, right where you live. But you have to be kissing ass to SoFlo. You're a weak man. As small bloggers, you have strength for. Listen, God protect the rest of you. But HTK is here to tell you that I really don't give a flying F if he takes this channel. I'm dead serious. I'll start again. I'll be on Facebook. I'll go over Insta. I'll do TikTok. Either way you take it. It not gonna stop. You understand? I'll take your brand. You can't take my brand. My brand is trademarked in the United Kingdom. Yeah? You can't take shit. I'm a British citizen. I don't know who the hell you're trying to intimidate. So anyway, he started talking about all these things that he knows about all the bloggers and if he can drop files and then please dash out mine without warning, my love. Dash it right out. Make give full permission. Dash it out. Dash out every single thing you know about HTK. Do it, my love. Do it. I beg you, please. Do not hold back. I am asking you. Don't hold back on my account. Dash it right out. I'm tired telling you. I got no file. I's a boring girl, you know. I never used to do bad things. Social media brought me out. No, it ain't gonna work. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. What if I leak the mix up about, I don't know whose mix up you have. Me hear you listen one word for something about someone in the closet. Yo, strictly dickly this girl. So I don't know who the hell that is. And then you saying some crap about people who have cancer, recovering from cancer. Well, that isn't me. To God be the glory. And I'm so sorry for anybody who's going out with that, who's dealing with that, right? I don't even see how it is that using cancer as a form of shame is even a thing. But in CMR's dictionary, it seems to be. You understand? Using somebody's illness as a way to actually slander them. Like, which kind of sensible brain would think that mentioning somebody recovering from cancer is something that is of quality to share with the public? You understand? I got no file, only a nail clip. Right? So I'm genuinely trying to understand, what are we talking about here? Somebody mentioned that SoFlo is waiting on the body cam, and that's probably, and now that all of the documents are released, SoFlo, you should be able to get that body cam footage now. So yes, I do encourage you, my brother, reach out to them. You should be getting it fairly soon. You understand? So maybe that's why he's nervous and saying how much he respects him, because he's scared of that coming out as well. Woman strength you have. That may I see. Come and talk about before them go look after them grand picnic and woman, and her grandkids. I mean, yeah, chatting now. Yes? I mean, yeah, chat. Let me tell you something. I was not busy selling out my front and screwing on the place and screwing on married man like your wife. I was busy in school, doing what I was supposed to do, getting what I was supposed to get. So me never screw and breed early. Yeah? So my kids are still school aged. They are not busy trying to breed nobody. One's busy trying to get his degrees, okay? So don't try and level all of us to the standards of the woman that you picked up. Don't let me diss you. Hmm? Mr. Never see come see. Remember say no. Your woman. You pick her up as a side piece. So don't make me go in it with you. Can a hoe become a wife? I don't know. Try me. Way. Anyway, so he went on to talk about the fact that SoFlo, he never reported his page, he never took any of his videos down or whatever. I also had people messing with my channel, and I did say that I'm not certain if this is necessarily CMR, but it is somebody who is working on his behalf because it's only the CMR videos that were disappearing off of the search bar, but it was present in the back end of my channel and YouTube was able to rescue it. So even if it's not him, as somebody where I work on film behalf, he had the channel them because I only CMR video them was affected. So I don't know if it was said that he did it. I don't think he did it, but I asked the question, did you do it? So he went on to talk about the fact that multiple reports were made. Multiple people were called, businesses, da da da. Let me tell you something. HTK and graduates never once made a phone call to any of your brands. Nobody here was encouraged to do so. They were in fact discouraged. Nobody here made any phone calls to no school. At least I certainly did not. I can't speak for anybody else, but I didn't. I never rang school. The only place I ring, a Babylon. I never hide that. But your school, your brands, what am I reaching out to them for? I have no interest in affecting your financial, earnings and stuff like that. I don't have no interest in that. Plus, the other kids have to eat. And I've said that on my platform multiple times. So that threat does not apply to me. You understand? So then you went and you tried to use reverse psychology. I never told my platform to report their page. But if a certain amount of report happens, reaches their page will be taken away. In fact, that's what you're doing. You're sending that out. So, graduates, I never told you to go and report his page, right? You know that if they get a certain amount of reports, their page can be taken away, graduates. But I'd never tell you to do something like that. You think you're smart, but you're not. You're as transparent as a piece of glass. Yeah. So anyway, he went on to then hype up his little ego again, his little short man ego, and talk about the fact that what he does feeds them, and he's the one that's giving them food and blah blah blah. Because somehow in CMR's very limited mind, anybody who's on social media literally doesn't have any other life outside of social media and doesn't actually get another paycheck outside of social media. Bless his soul. He really is limited. He then reemphasized that 4 to 5 days after he got arrested, the case got dismissed, that it takes a while for the court system to update, right? And then he's talking about don't choose when to work with a court, when not to work with a court. Who's doing that? Nobody's choosing shit. We're reading the documents that are public. Nobody ever said that we were given special documents. The court documents dropped. They were new to the public. It's all about interpretation, Did we say that we went fishing for them in some strange nook and cranny? Did we say that we were given special treatment, you moron? No, we didn't. It was downloadable from the public access site, open for all to read. You just irked that we could actually see through you in what you wrote to the judge. How is it that you are saying that you are wanting these records to be kept private to protect your daughter's well-being and mental health, who you claim is being targeted by social media, and then in another breath use her image as thumbnails on social media with arrows pointing at her just to prove a point to bloggers, and then have the audacity to say it in this live that that's exactly what you were doing. They said I couldn't post my daughter. I posted my daughter. You're clapping back at bloggers and using your daughter to do it, and you just confessed on yourself, and you're saying that you're protecting her well-being, sir. Are you okay? Are you all right, mate? Eh? Sound a bit doolally, I'm just saying. Make it make sense. Anyway, you're claiming that we're pushing you to the brink. And then you went on with your threatening tirade. Many of them don't know who them I deal with. Me just a try go the right route. Them say me can't graduate. Them call me school. I never said that. I'm throwing my hands up right there. So I actually said you're a bright boy. And I don't need to say that because I don't like you. But I'm just saying. I actually said, yes, he was on the honor roll. Yes, he did do well. Distinction or whatever the hell you call it. Presidential list or whatever you call it. I said all of that on my channel. And I would never call your university, because if it's one thing you need is education. You need that. You especially need it. And so does your wife. You understand? So no, I never did that. And I don't think any graduates would either. Because if it's one thing we do value over here, it's education. So anyway, then he says, when you do in so-called name of the kids, and really hurt them. Graduate, somebody tell me something. Just confirm something for me. This master manipulator again. What is more harmful? Tell me what's more harmful. Us talking about the fact that this child has never received justice because everything was dismissed due to lack of evidence. Or a man who has been accused of fondling his 13-year-old, putting said 13-year-old in the front seat of his vehicle on a video where everybody can view that she is the company of the said man who was alleged to have felt her up. Which is more damaging? Make it make sense to me, man. Any intelligent people in here can break it down. Which is more damaging? Because here we have Mr. Ego clapping back at bloggers and using his daughter, and us talking about it and generating the views for the right topic, and him using his daughter to clap back and to clickbait in order to make money off of a situation that was built on her demise, and then claiming he wants to turn around and sue bloggers for speaking about it. Everything that we've said, it's about allegations. Allegedly, we think you're guilty in the public opinion, but it doesn't mean that you're guilty in terms of the court system. But we think in the public opinion, the eyes of public opinion, you behave like a guilty man. You act guilty. We think you are guilty. Listen to my language very, very carefully, because you are messing with the wrong one. Then you go on for talk about if you don't know who me is, if you don't know who me is. Me know own a family. Dude, my family would vomit if they ever came across you. They don't know you, dude. Trust and believe. Nobody of importance knows you. Anybody else, yeah, maybe we don't want you to do a thing. Get rid of them. See, you see me? But my proper family, they don't like your guts. They don't know you and they don't like you. You see me, I say? The one that matter. The one that I communicate with. They don't like you. And you can't go near them. The whole of them are back. Legally. All right, so let's see. Hmm. So anyway, he claims he had a private investigator. Dude, can I ask you a question? Like a serious question. How is it that you have a private investigator and you cannot pay a traffic offense ticket? I'd like to understand the balance there. Like you have hired a private investigator who you have to pay thousands, right? Or at least hundreds, and you haven't cleared your debt and you're claiming that you can only afford $25 a month. Now make that make sense. I'm just asking. I'm asking how you balance that? And anyway, you went and you claimed that some PI came back, and you saying them have man problem. Let me tell you something. You see my pum pum in the my forehead, yeah? And you see any man who want go out, they go do bad things. Them can go on. But for the record, I don't have no man problem. Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. Yeah, touch wood, touch wood. Yes, this man, he ain't giving me no problems. I got no headache. Look how I'm glowing. I got no issues with my man. I mean, no say my man love me. Love the groom when me walk pan. I mean, no say my man not like children. You understand? Mm-hmm. Him barely can tolerate him when I pick me them. More time he find them a nine. But man problem, that not depend me, my love. You see me a draw down like your wife. You see me have to come on internet and ball out my throat hole. Say, my man a give credit card to girl. You see me have to come on internet and shame. And I have to hide myself and I ball to people. Me born. Eh? Yeah, you see that? Nope. So no problem. Man problem not yes. But for the record, man problem can reach every woman. You see this woman? It doesn't take much. Just saying. Even in my prime. Neutrino growing on my face. You understand? Woman of caliber, right? So. Boss chick, right? So. So that's not my issue. Let me keep it moving. Y'all mess about too much. Right. What's the next thing? Oh, some of them have financial problem. Everybody have financial problem, my love. A post-COVID period, all the way I recover. Me not claim no richness. You understand? But me not have no debt. Me not have no bill if I come on my door. And me can pay my bill with my eyes shut. So in that respect, I give God thanks. Yes, I own some assets. I good. But me not gonna say me rich. Cause I'm not. I'm not gonna come and come fake it like uno. So me know what you talk about. Because you will tell people say them have financial problem and you can't afford to pay a traffic bill. That never happened to me. That not reach nobody of us, my love. I'm sure no say if anyone are we in here need legal action for angle, it's private. Let me keep reading. What else he say? Yeah, he been talking about the cancer thing. Oh, some of them are gay. In this day and age, the Carter family is using derogatory language towards the LGBTQ plus tax community, and they claim to be brand ambassadors. Now that is a clip that should be sent to the people that you are doing business with. You see how you fool? I tell you all the time that you are the weapon that form against Christian. You think it's a joke? Why would you come out here and make derogatory statements about a man and his child? because it was said in the comments and it was screenshotted. How is it that you are making those statements about a man and his child that them in the closet, them a fish? Fish is a derogatory term for gay people that's used in the Jamaican diaspora. Them in the closets are what you want to do, out them. You know, in some states, outing somebody's sexuality is illegal. And that's what you are using as a threat. I am telling you this here and now. The Purple Heart community cares zero about people's gender preferences. We're only interested in age preference over here. You understand? So if you want to use people who are indulging in adult affairs of their own free volition and choice, that is their business. But you see, when you go and you bring somebody's child into it and talk about the man and his son, and if I am thinking that it is who I'm thinking, because if a vibes you talk, his son is a minor. If is him you're talking, that's a serious thing you're doing right there. If it's the other one that I'm also thinking of, who also spoke on the subject, whose adult son may have been regarded as such, then me know say you can't but them man then a real life are open your mouth. Franklin Town, them man they come from here. Ramp yourself. Right, then let's see what else now. The person, you then went on to use the person's cancer against them, claiming that the person had a second chance in life, and imagine they're using their second chance to come out here and tear you down. You use their illness, their cancer, as an attack. And you claim you have ethics. You don't have ethics. You came out in war mode. And I understand, because your truth was thrown in your face and you did not like that. And clearly, when I called you out, it really did hit a nerve. Because if I was chatting shit, it wouldn't faze you. It really wouldn't. If everything I was saying had no validity, it wouldn't faze you at all. In fact, you would have been like, them over there chat fat. They always a chat my name. Ray. Foolishness. Anyway, keep it moving. But because I was hitting the nail on the head, and every time I hammered, it connect, you run out. And when you run out, big up yourself, M. Stain. Thank you so much for the super chat. When you ran out, you know what you did? You started to reveal exactly who you are. A liar. You started to reveal that you are nothing but a man who tells a lot of lies. You really take pleasure in deceiving your supporters. You do. You guys made your supporters feel as though you were in separate spaces. Mega sure, you know. It make them feel them in a separate spaces. That's the first ploy. That's if what he's saying is true, you know, people. Because I still haven't accepted it, you know. As I said, verifying. If what he's claiming is true, that it was dismissed in 45 days, which is exactly what that troll came on my page and said when they claimed he was going for CPS, right? Okay. You then went and made it appear to your audience that you were in two different places, drawing on their heartstrings and making them all pray for you and pray for the family to be back together. Every time you went on a live, well after the 4 or 5 days, and people were going, oh, we pray for the family to be back together, you all stood on your live and went, thank you. Thank you so much for the prayers. Thank you. And yes, you know, in God's name, it will happen. And you were all giving ear to these prayers of people wanting you to be back together. And one of the time you tell me, say 45 days afterwards, the 2 in the road boat like two pig in a sty. That's the next thing, you know. Collected all the super chats that people were busy giving because of sympathy and wanting to stand by you because the internet was condemning you and calling you all kinds of names and them wicked and the one HTK over there. So me hear them and me see them over there, my loves. I appear done them done me in the comments. I had to laugh. I said, watch out. One said, she says that she's a teacher. She teaches children. Bitch, I haven't taught kids for years. I work in education independently. Do you know how many roles exist within the education sector? How you think I can come on the internet and behave that the way I'm behaving? You think I could be in a school and do this? Are you dumb? Or not just clueless. Because your minds are limited, you've literally got no idea about the breadth of professions that are in education. The last time I was in a classroom was years ago. I already did my 15-year stretch as a classroom teacher. So education as a teacher never leaves my blood, but work with kids, are you okay? You're not smart. Keep digging. Oh, sir. And the comments that will be saying, wait, let's me see. So I saw the comment about the blogger and his son. The comment about the blogger and the son. I saw, what else did I see? Oh, Tashel. Them rub out Tashel too over them loves. You know, and I talk about Tashel. They rub out Tashel, they rub out me, they rub out vibes. So that's a tree. I swear it's a tree of us in my target. And so flow is pure bro. So flow bro. You is a chicken shit. I'm telling you now. You really are a coward. You understand? You are a coward. But all I'm going to say to you is this, CMR. When you go for a defamation case, be sure that you are really acting within the capacity of somebody who is protecting the person that you're claiming is being defamed. And in addition to that, if you're talking about yourself being defamed, don't play ball and don't capitalize on it, which is a bit too late because you've already done that, right? So the mere fact that you have clickbaited and done all of that, you need to understand UK law when it comes to defamation of character. Anyway, me now do no homework for you. Go do your research, all right? Go and do your research, okay? Yeah? So for so. So for so. Him say him have everybody files. Him don't have my files. He got no files on me at all. I can tell you that because there are none. You understand? So dash. Dash. I'm actually encouraging you to dash. I'm telling you to put it out and stop using the excuse of I'm not that type. Stop it. You are that type. Put it out. Put it out. Huh? He's going to say, no, I'm not going to go that way, guys. I'm going to do things the right way. I'm going to do things the legal way. Right? Brock yourself, brother. Be my guest. You understand? Don't know who for frighten. It's like a drowning man as you said, drowning man grasping at straws, Island Honeybee. The drowning man grabbing at straws has grabbed for no progress. CMR, you are such a heel. Do you even know how J Pro dragged your ass? Go back and look for my video that's titled No Progress. No Pro. Go and look for it. I put out all the evidence of everything that showed that this man is one of the biggest hypocrites on social media. You know, sister, I'm not answer him come out and make up in nice and beat up in chest. I never look on him. Because that over there so is all about money. He don't care. He's, sister, every comment, I'll comment where I tell him to go suck him mother in my press hard pan. You know, sister, the brother don't business. Him just want to generate the clicks, the views, and the more comments that are there and interaction, he knows he pushes up the algorithm. So he don't even respond if people are dissing him. You are such a moron. Yeah, in private the videos, but I have got evidence of it. Go and watch that video. That man dragged you to sickness. To sickness. And then when you started making threats and talking about you're going to sue people, he hid the videos and then he came out acting as though he was your defender. That brother there, hypocrite. You're very foolish. But of course, you're grabbing at straws. So you went out there, anybody that you could solicit to fight these people for you and on your behalf. J. Brooke has stepped to me. My name not look upon him. He went over there, beat up in gum, and I'm not even going to pay him in his direction. No matter what he say, I'm not going to engage with him. I will just tell him that he is a hypocrite. He is a two-faced snake in the grass. And then that's it. He can say whatever he wants to say after that. I don't engage with other bloggers who's doing the topics. I stick to my subject. I'm very focused. Understand? Yeah, I'm focused. Yeah, he's very shallow, flip-flopper. Yes, he is. He is. But he's more suited for the caliber of CMR. Yeah, the shallow and the flip-flopping. It's not a surprise. Yeah, it's not a surprise that he is gravitating to this individual. It's expected. But it also smacks of desperation, I'm not gonna lie. You really want the rest of us to go, whoa, get SoFlo on board. He's somebody that we respect and rate over here. But J Bro, you joking. No, sir. Now go work. Vegas is not bringing down the family. He did that himself. And this is the thing. He keeps coming out. And let me share some comments now. He keeps coming out and saying stuff that's going to get himself into serious trouble. You keep fanning the flames. You don't think before you speak. Anytime you come out emotive and your emotions are ahead of you, you've already lost the plot. You come out and you're talking about how you want to go after bloggers and their families. And if you don't know that, and dashing out files, I mean, what kind of ghetto mudslinging match is this? If you got files on people that is derogatory and it has something to do with their character, dash it out. Because anybody who comes after you should be prepared to face their demons. You understand? So do not think for a minute that any of us are, at least I am, intimidated by any of that, because I'm not. You understand? That's why, if you think about it, other bloggers, when they're ready for cuss me, all them can do is done me and tell me say me no wear wig, and and HDK with our cheap hair array, because I don't invest in hair, I invest in property. I don't believe in it. That is me. You understand? And I don't think it is important. Right? I also invest in education and make sure that my kids get the best of it. So I don't care about things like that. My house is very nice. It is so comfortable and well put together, with the exception of this room, which I'm in the middle of decorating anyway. Stuff in here is going to change. But it's my older son's room and he's at uni. So it's the last resort. Everybody else's is priority at the moment. And then this one's going to be last. Right? So don't you think for a minute that any of that kind of stuff can faze me. HDK ain't forgot gym. HDK fats. HDK this, but I can't tell me some ugly. You understand? But they have to tell me other things. HDK have hook nose. You know, say we are part Indian though. I then me get this from him now. That nose, yeah. Mm-hmm. For them faults. Them superficial, empty-headed crap. You really think that bother me? I would take any of them insults any day than anybody call me name Pam Pitney. And say if your name didn't even call Pan woman, yes, okay, we would have beat you and say, look at this nasty man, him still a give Chrissy bun and look how him go force girl for do something like that. But it's hard out. That would have been a 9-day talk. Me not gonna lie. You understand? But a child, why did you expect it would be a 9-day talk? You cannot expect such an accusation to be a 9-day talk. You should have done the damage control from as soon as you possibly could. Whichever PR team told you to keep silent on it, they're the ones who destroyed and damaged your brand, and a damn you for so. And as for whether or not HDK has anything to do with any of them phone calls outside of the one that I declared on my platform, I ain't got nothing to do with it, mate. So don't mix me. I would never call your brands. I would never call your school. And I would never DM your children. Cause me no ramp up with Pickney neither. Much less fair talk to Pickney in a private. As a trained educator, I know that's a safeguarding fail. Right there so. And I condemn that. Whoever did it. But all your other bullshit, it doesn't faze me. Red that was alerted to me. Stand. Let me see if I see any more. Let me see if I see any more comments. Brenda say, I would never buy you wig. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I don't wear those things. You know, it's interesting because I posted a document on my Facebook talking about the amount of chemicals and stuff that are in these wigs and synthetic hair and stuff that we as Black women keep putting on our head. And it was very, very frightening. All the carcinogenics that's in them, that's causing us to have fibroids and cancer and stuff like that. It was very, very disturbing. And honestly, the moment you can wear your crown, Black women, wear your crown. The moment you can. I know that some women have got hair issues, this thinning and all sorts, but the moment you can, please do. And avoid the chemicals, the creams and stuff like that. There's stuff in them things, and our products are unregulated. Just for the record, they are unregulated. It's the most unregulated element of the beauty industry because they don't care about us. You see what I'm saying? So you are bright and beautiful. The 3/4 brain cell crew and the incestuous pedo crew are not winning. Oh my God. But I'm just saying, take accountability for the things that you have done out here. You really and truly should have done your damage control those 4 to 5 days, but you rode the waves to make money. You capitalized on your own daughter's demise to make money. You clickbaited as a result of that. We have screenshots of all the clickbaits. We know for a fact that you used this situation to get people to come to your channel, and then you are writing to the judge and asking the judge to hide things to protect your child's well-being while you are clearly riding the wave and making money off of it. You also used your daughter's thumbnail, used your daughter's pictures for clickbait, pointed arrows at the little girl, did a video with her in the front seat to clap back at bloggers who were claiming that you are not supposed to put up pictures of your daughter and you can't go near her. So you were clapping back at us. The police said that. We never said that. We repeated what the police said. We don't know what else happens and when things change and whether or not things had advanced. We can only go from what's available on public record. If it ain't available, we won't know what's going on. The responsibility and duty of due diligence is on you to update the public so that the public is not left thinking that a potential molester is hanging around the potential victim. What did you do to protect that image? Go on the fix and lie. Let me see this. He also told his brother to capitalize off the situation. This was from his mouth. Yes, he did. Thank you for that reminder, Kim. Bloody hell. Brilliant. He did. He said, go out there and make money off of it. They're making money off of it. You can make money off of it too. And you want to sue? That makes sense. Because some of us are going too far to do what? To expose your lies? Why are you assuming that everybody is just brain dead and just absorbing all the crap that you're putting out there and all of us are pushovers? Huh? Why are you assuming that? That's ridiculous. It's because you have got a bunch of sheep on your platform that are yes people that don't question what you do. And anybody who dares to question, like my sis Kim, are ousted and regarded as traitors because nobody can criticize you and nobody can give a constructive feedback. They all have to be going, yes, yes, yes. Carters for life. Yeah? Carters for life. Carters for life. You're a murderous boy. You're damn right. He exposed his own child, then claiming the bloggers are against your child. You're a very deluded and sick individual. You have daughters who I fear for. And that's the fundamental thing. And the thing is that, guys, I'm not going to lie. Eventually, this topic is going to have to come to an end. But the only way it can come to an end is if they stop fanning the flame. Every time they come out here and they poke at bloggers, they're going to get a clap back. Every time they come out here and they do something that's inappropriate, where the kids are concerned, they're going to get a clap back. Every time this man parades himself as though all is well and all is fine, he's going to get a clap back. There is no winning unless him come down and get the internet a rest. You understand? Because you see, if Chrissy had carried on with her little charade, because it is a charade now that we know that he was out in 4 to 5 days and back at his yard. If Chrissy had come out and carried on her charade and her, oh, and God, I know this is hard. If she'd carried on with that, she would have maintained a good traction, right? She could have gotten the most out of it. She would have been the most successful to keep doing that bullshit, right? But every time this man surfaces, it's like a disease coming in. Because people are looking at him and all they're seeing is the filth attached to his name. She had a chance to purge the situation, but then she started to screw it up when she started to get rude and feisty in her blogs. Rather than focusing on her blogging, she had throw word in defense of this man. You see what I'm saying? So whoever advising them, I don't know who advised them, my love. I don't know who's advising them. But it's a joke. She would have been rich, HTK. True. She would have been rich. Pick up yourself, Vibe Studio. It's up to them if they want this to end, but it's all about the Benjamins. It's really and truly up to them. Miss say, if the man come out and put together a well-structured and thought-through response to what has happened and why it is that they are now where they are at, from when the 4 to 5 days did up and him back in a yard, it would have been a 9-day talk. It would have done. But they rode it. They clickbaited it. They gave you little clues here and there and they must stretch it out and drag it out. And this have to do with a minor with allegations about molestation. And you think that the blogging community now gonna rise up? You think that we all do lifestyle and blogging that's all airy fairy and positive and pink and rosy? There is blogging that's grimy, that deals with hardcore facts, investigative blogging. We don't just all come out here just to make people laugh or make people think that everything is pretty and nice. Sometimes some of us deal with hardcore topics that none of you are really ready for. And that's what makes us particularly different. Do you know how many bloggers like us solve crimes? Become key witnesses and key informants in cases? I can't even say much. But I am involved in one right now. I just can't say which one. from information that I found out about somebody with. CMR is Chrissy PR. I'm telling you, that's crazy. Hey, Pi Gordon, you're very, very late. You're very late, my lovely. The Chrissy trick you to sexy side. On pause syncing. Big up Vibe Studio. Yeah, man. Big up Vibe Studio every time. Listen, guys, I don't, there's a very big difference between somebody who comes out here and negotiates and says, listen, guys, I know that you found this information. This is really damaging us. And I'm asking you to know, stop. You have made it very clear. And I promise you that I'm going to come out and I'm going, but I just need a bit of time to structure it and get it well sorted so that I don't cause more damage. Sometimes humility is the best answer when your back is against the wall. But you see, when you come out here and you want to tough up yourself and I issue threats and I talk about tech with people channel, okay, fair enough. It might not be my bread and butter. Okay, it's not mine. But there are other bloggers who this is their bread and butter. And some of them may not be as strong as I am. And some of them may not be as independent of the finances from it as I am. So when you do that, you are literally starting a war because when people come for your bread and butter, as you've experienced with people calling your brands and stuff like that, people are going to get violent, wicked, and vicious. There were so many other ways you could have dealt with this. You were invited in this class for an interview. You were invited. Let it not be said that I didn't reach out because I did. Check your messages over on Instagram. You were invited. But you were fearful of coming into this classroom because over here I would ask you some questions that you could not run away from, which is what you did on the fix, where you lied to those people who have always been your flagship, always been defending CMR, and you lied to them. Do you understand? You told them you were out of your family for 2 months. In 45 days, you were back in the house. You claim in your last rant. You reaped all of the sympathy, views, all of the clickbait views on the basis of a lie is what you have just told your audience yesterday. Why are you so deceitful? Hmm? But as you have come and you have now threatened lawsuit, we're going to get ourselves ready. And I hope you are prepared for what is going to happen as a counteraction. Because we're not afraid of nobody. I'm not. We know say a couple of them start shaking at them boots and start back off. I heard one. You definitely have some shaking in their boots, but not me. Big up on a nice clean self, graduates. Make sure that you like up the live and do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new to my channel. Make sure you put the purple hearts in the chat. Purple hearts in the chat, guys. Let me take a look at some of the comments before I go. Big up on a self vibes. Drop them purple hearts as we exit the class. You understand? Yes, yes, yes. He said his tires weren't cut. We weren't sure. We did say that the angles looked like it was cut, but I don't know who cut them. He just said that they weren't cut by Chrissy, but I don't think he said they weren't cut. He just said Chrissy didn't cut them, that he saw some video with people saying that. You understand? But we don't know if it was cut by Chrissy. I certainly never said that it was cut by Chrissy. I know that some other bloggers were running with that, and I think it was on TikTok as well. But yeah, I don't care who cut your tires. I don't care about your tires, CMR. No. Did you do it? Did you do it or did you did it? That's all I'm asking. This is your girl, Head Teacher K. Jay did not lie. Throw up the purple hearts. Bye-bye.